Good morning from takiab. Today I'm taking a walk and we're at the end of Soi 1. I don't think I'm gonna go up to what khao takiab, but the last tour we did of Soi 1 we ended up on the beach. And so today I'm gonna take a right and go through the fishing village and take a look at its restaurants and processing center. It's a very popular place. It gets busy. You can see traffic here. But there's a reason for that. Some charcoal. There's a reason for that. And it's because it's good, fresh seafood. So here we are at the end of Soi 1. Last time we took a left and we went down here to the beach. Today we are going right. They're already getting started from the overnight catch. Fresh crabs, clams, oysters. I don't know, I heard something the other day about eating too much seafood and that it could be bad for you, oysters, things like that. I don't know, we'll find out. I think some weeks go by and I eat seafood every single day. So I'm not really sure. And then I think there's other cultures that don't they just survive on seafood. So I'm not really sure what to make it at. It might be one of those fabricated issues like drinking too much water or taking too much protein. Yeah, it's possible, but how many oysters do you have to eat for it to be toxic? So, like I mentioned once before, the right side where the boats come in the canal is the processing station. Then they usually put a little display like this one is making now. And you get to go up to the display, you pick out your food. They usually have a little cooking rig and then a place where you sit and eat it. And I think throughout the day they also sell to vendors from the city. And sell also bulk products. So you're not really getting seafood that's very old. I don't know what these things are. They look like horseshoe crabs. I didn't know people ate those. What do you guys eat? You eat these things? Huh?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
You've never had them?
No, I don't know. มันคืออะไรอะคะพี่แมงดาจ้ะอ๋อ
How much meat can you get off of something like that? I didn't know people ate those. They say eat everything, huh? I had a Filipino friend. I don't know, I get views from the Philippines, so if you're watching, Ronald, shout out, man. You're a great American. But I served with this dude, Ronald Imperial, and he lived in the provinces of the Philippines. And they had a little food stand, and I was like, what'd you serve? He's like, anything. Everything, and if it moved, they caught it, they ate it. Yeah. I found that these folks would be a little more open to being filmed. The United States, certain parts of Europe, people get kind of bent out of shape, man. They have some kind of misconception about privacy. Yeah, I don't know how much meat you can get off of that, man. I don't know what kind of food they make from that. School's out, in case people are wondering why you see all the kids. This is, I don't know, the equivalent of their summer break. They have a couple of months off now. This is the beginning of Monkey Mountain. The sign says this way up to Wat Khao Takiab. I don't know, I might try it. Let's see. Takiab. Speaking Thai to her, but she looked kind of Caucasian. Sophie's having coffee. She don't look like she's digging the hike today. I'm not feeling it really too much either today, but that's the best time to do something like that. When I was 35, I would say that's how you build fortitude. But now that I'm almost 60, I'd say that's how you break yourself. So we don't do David Goggins shit around here. If you ask me, he'll be in a wheelchair by the time he's 50. So for any of you kids that are Goggins fans, yeah, he's impressive. Well, he's breaking himself. My condo. The mountains are interesting. It could be Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. Could be Adirondack. I love the mountains. These woods, however, probably have more deadly things than you'll find in Adirondack or Smokies. I lived in both for a while, and well, Smokies is really part of the Adirondacks. This one thinks I have food. I got nothing for you, dude. Huh? Yeah, he thinks we have something for him to eat. It's fucking people feed, huh? People feeding them. So now they've learned to beg. And he might turn.
They come behind you, man.
Yeah, he could turn
on the back.
Wild creatures. Just come past them, hon. Don't be.
I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we've decided to climb up. I think at this turnaround, there's another massive hill, so we might call it here. Yeah, see, look, they don't even treat each other well. Kind of like humans. See, I think going left is to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, now we go up,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're here. I'm going to do a separate video of
No,
the temple and the stairs.
This from this way.
But there's another little climb that I'm probably not going to do today. I have some business I have to do later, and I don't have time for all that climbing. getting wore out. Decent view. Anyway, I want to go left. I've never been left. So we're on khao takiab mountain, monkey mountain, wat khao takiab. I'm having trouble figuring out the names of all these places because I don't speak Thai. That's a whole nother video for itself. I speak very elementary Thai, and I've had people give me conflicting information of what this beach is called and so on and so forth. So I don't know, man. Takiab. And it's kind of, man, I'm kind of like an easygoing guy. I just let that stuff go. It's just not important. I'll call it what I call it. I want to go up in those mountains. So I was saying, when I lived in up in the hills in Chattahoochee National Forest, I quickly came to realize that you're always surrounded by wildlife. You just don't see it most of the time. So particularly snakes. And so I know there are a lot of snakes here. And most of them are venomous and dangerous. But I also know that snakes typically don't want to be in an encounter with people. But they're everywhere. And so when I lived in those mountains, I would see, pretty much every day I would see a snake. But for that one snake I saw, there was 10 others that I did. A lot of copperheads up in those mountains. And then I also lived in the deserts of Colorado, which southern Colorado, which is also chock full of wildlife that you wouldn't expect. Lots of snakes there. I had to deal with rattlesnakes in my yard all the time, and yeah, that was interesting. They don't always, I don't know, fun snake fact for rattlesnakes, they don't always rattle. Sometimes they just bite. And so it depends how much warning the snake has. So I've definitely had rattlesnakes strike at me that before they had rattled their tail. Oh, that's beautiful. I hope y'all stuck with the video. This is a good part. Put up with me babbling and stuff, but nice view. I think when we round this hill, we'll be able to see Wahin proper. Oh, I recognize this. Yeah. Unfinished business. You see a lot of unfinished construction in places that are freer. To quote a comment that I read once, I don't have any rights here in Thailand, but I've never been more free. So I don't know what kind of sense that makes to people, but it's true. In the United States, I supposedly had all these rights, but I certainly wasn't free. Every single time you get in your car and you have to go somewhere, you're in danger of pirates pulling you over under some false pretext. And then at that point, you don't have any rights. You don't have, there is no constitution. It's whatever that clown with the gun that's extorting you says. And that's a fact, Jack. And any of y'all that believe different, you're fooling yourselves. That's just policing. I don't want to go on an anti-American rant, so I'll be careful on that, but that's just policing. Same thing, you can carry the same complaint to property. You don't own your property. Even if you paid your mortgage off, you better pay those taxes. Because for $50 in arrear taxes, they'll come and take your home. Does that sound like something that you own? You own the house as long as you pay the extortion fee. How is that different than organized crime? I'm going to start a new channel where I can share some thoughts about that kind of stuff. Not in a narcissistic kind of way, but just in a philosophical kind of way. I've had the privilege of time to think, and I'm certainly not the sharpest pencil in the box, smartest kid in the class, whatever. But I've had a lot of time to think and reflect. And I've lived in a lot of different cultures. I just don't travel, I live. I like to get down in it with the people. And the water here, I gotta say, the water here is a lot cleaner looking. That's a lot more inviting. That's something I might swim in, as opposed to the beach where we live. That's clean, or clear, I should say. I don't recognize it. Looks like a monk is watching TV or something in there. TV's blasting. I'm gonna walk Takiab Mountain. I'm gonna go up there, give you guys some views. I don't know if it's being captured, but there's lots of dragonflies in the air. I don't know if you can see above the trees there. I'm not going to zoom, my hands are full. But I don't know if they're breeding now or what, but they weren't out when I first arrived here. But now there are hundreds of them. And it's pretty cool. They're not very colorful like some that I've seen in other countries. These are brown. One day I want to get up there by those radio towers. I haven't been able to find the trail. I'm going to take you up to the top of the stairs, cut the video off, go home, have some breakfast and a shower, go take care of my business that I have today. That's the beach I live on in front of us. Off in the distance, khao, condos. This mountain range, I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's actually a park, a national park, preserve. Same thing with those mountains in the distance. And I thought it would be cool to go hiking in there. Well, that's our hike up here to this side. On this other side that you're looking at, that's actually the Wat Khao Takiab. I didn't want to do the hill that went up to that. Wow, I thought those were dogs, man. Those are some big monkeys. Wow. Yeah, okay. So that's Wahin in the distance. Thanks for joining me this morning. I hope you stuck through to the end and caught some of the views. Leave some comments. Give me some ideas of what you want to see. And maybe I'll start doing more of this. I don't know. I used to be a more private person, so. But I'm enjoying sharing this stuff. Be well, everybody.